Hello and good morning, everyone. I am so excited to have you all here with me this morning on episode number 44 of Coffee with Christine show. All right, getting my cards ready. Who all is thankful today is Friday Eve? I know I am not heartbroken about it, but I am definitely experiencing some really interesting growth pains. So, lots of good things happening behind the wings over here, and we're growing by leaps and bounds, and one decision at a time. I'm really excited. So, I am getting ready to dive on into the podcast. If you're watching here on YouTube, just bear with me. We did some really cool and fancy things on the Spotify account. So we're starting to sound really super fancy and professional over there. So I would definitely love it if you guys started following and listening on Spotify or subscribing here to the YouTube channel. Make sure you guys are giving it a like, love, share, subscribe, do all the things that you're supposed to do and you know you should be doing. And let's get this message out worldwide to everyone. Okay. So let me go ahead and click record and let's get started. Hello and good morning to the Coffee with Christine show. And welcome to episode number 44. Today is November the 10th of 2022. And today's Tell Me Thursday. So today we're going to story about how to stand up for your personal growth. And this is a lesson that is hard learned. I had a rough beginning of the week. But before we go on into all that, we're going to go ahead and pull a card for setting the intention for today's show. And it is of Swords. And whenever I see this, I'm using my Biddy Tarot card. So if you can see that, it is a woman who is bound and she's in between words. At this very moment feeling very trapped, very contained. And I don't know about you, but if you're ever feeling trapped or contained, you just want to be free. So there is a certain clarity in the moment. There's a certain desire for movement in the moment and freedom, right? So you are probably going to understand the sense of freedom in the way of not binding how you decide to choose to others. There's a freedom behind it by not letting others dictate what you do. And this is actually going to be a very powerful thing for today's show. So, that being said, today is going to bring movement and clarity and focus. Source thoughts. So, you're going to have some hopefully beautiful energy clearing thoughts. And we're going to go ahead and let's do this thing. So, today's topic. Oh, what are you sipping? Tell me what you're sipping. My Starbucks is that I don't normally splurge on Starbucks, but when I do, it's because I brew it at home. I love it and it makes me feel fancy. So there are very few things that I'm like, you know what? I have to have the name brand of my Starbucks coffee. All right. So Tell Me Thursday, a story for standing for your growth. What does it mean to you? What does your personal growth mean to you? Does it look like coming across crazy? Does it look like you're coming across selfish? In a lot of circumstances, yeah. Unfortunately, it does. Because what we're doing when we decide to say, you know what, that does not fit with my growth plan, is you're telling someone else, I don't have the time right now to work with you or take you into my decision making right now. No, I don't have time. That is not a priority. That is right now. And I know I always want to do the things to make people happy. I always want to make sure that I'm taking everyone into account. I want to make sure that everyone feels included. I want to make sure that, no one is being offended. No one's being, and at a certain point, you can't do that for everyone. You can't be all the things to every person. And so when you decide to not be all the things to every person, it does make you look selfish. And it does make you maybe look crazy because you are dedicated to what you know is on your path. And not everyone sees that. And not everyone sees the behind the scenes stuff. Not everyone understands that personal growth and professional growth and growth in any way, shape, or form for us in particular, it doesn't look like what everyone else is doing. In fact, it's making us stand apart because we're not doing what everyone else is doing. And I want to let you guys know that it's okay to be brave. It's okay to honor your time. It's okay to honor your own growth over someone else's. So as a lot, I own ducks. I've got 8 ducks. We've got Mr. Goose. I'm the Harry Potter crew. And yesterday I was on the phone with my mom and I walked in and my other girl, Miss Molly, was missing. I walked into the coop and she was missing. I was like, how on earth is that possible? She was hiding. We have a whole bunch of boys that got really rough with her too. So Miss Luna got beat up the other day and Miss Molly got beat up yesterday. And when it comes to nurturing animals, it's almost in a weird way, it's like nursing a person. The animals will only fight if they have that spark in them. If you have an animal or a critter, a person who does not have that fight left, it doesn't matter what you're going to do, they're not going to thrive. They're not going to blossom. They're not going to fight to exist. And unfortunately, it's the same way with people. If you allow an animal to sit there and not move forward, that animal is going to die, right? I mean, the harsh reality of it is they're not thriving. They're going to wither away. They're not eating, they're not drinking, they're not taking care of themselves. They're just sitting in a corner waiting to die. When we sit in our pain, when we sit in our wounds, when we sit in our past experiences, in essence, that's the same thing that what that animal is doing. And it's hard. Today, this whole week has just been a week of really tough love, guys, because I have been so moved by the client that I was working with, and she's been a client from the very beginning. And it breaks my heart to say, you know what, like now's obviously not going to work for you. You're not ready to grow in the direction that we've agreed that you're going to grow in. Essentially, we've worked her wounds. We've been able to identify them. Okay, so she can't fly the way she wants to, right? But instead of moving around, moving that wing, moving that, and just kind of getting used to it and allowing everything to work on its own and start feeling better on its own by moving forward, she just is continuing to sit there with that pain and dwell on the pain and sit with the pain. And if you're not willing to move, if you're not willing to move past, it's going to hurt. It's going to suck. All right, let's be real. Whenever we're trying to heal something, the healing process is hard. But if you continue to sit there and not move and not use that wing, not use your thinking process to figure out your next step, but instead dwell on what hurt you in the first place, you're not going to move forward. And setting a boundary and sticking to that boundary is saying to that client, saying to that person, saying to that animal, I cannot fix you if you will not fix yourself. I am here and I'm ready to help in whatever way I can, but I cannot force you to do the work. I cannot force you. It's going to throw its head around and all that kind of stuff. You can't force an animal to heal if they don't have that fight in them. I can't force a client to move forward if she doesn't have that fight in her. And I just want to let you guys know that, when that happens, that's okay. It is okay. It's okay for them to be where they are. It's okay for that animal to choose, this is not an okay path for me. You know what? I don't want to continue to thrive. It's okay. But you have to honor them and you have to honor yourself in being able to make the decision to move forward without them. And it's hard and it's tough because you want to include everyone. You want to embrace everyone. You want to heal everyone. But sometimes they don't want that for themselves. And as hard as it is, you have to let them go with love. So that's part of what happened this week is I've had to let one of my clients go with love. And it hurts. I'm not going to lie. It hurts because she's someone who's so amazing and beautiful and smart and funny. And, she's just got so much potential, but she's committed to telling the same stories over and over and over again. And for me to honor her in the best way has been to release that client mentor relationship and support her as a friend. I'm here, but I'm not going to be one of those who's going to listen to you lament. I'm not going to be the one who sits there and encourages you to vent to me and tell me your story, tell me your pain. What are you doing about it? What are you doing to get yourself to move forward? It's okay to be mad. It's okay to be upset. But if you're continually mad and upset about the same time every single time we talk, what are we doing? What are we doing? This is not beneficial. So, standing your ground and standing in your own personal growth looks like standing up for yourself. It looks like saying, "No, this is not going to honor me, and this is not going to honor you." And putting it that way. I want so much for every single one of you to understand that your growth is personal. It's your responsibility. I'm here to guide. I'm here to give you the aha moments like, oh, okay. Yeah, I see how that can relate. And I can see that pattern. And you know, I can give you guys the tools to help work through it and help overcome it. That's what I do. That's what I love to do. But if you're not willing to move forward on your own power and continue to seek your own personal growth, I'm not going to force you. Plain and simple, I'm not going to force you. I've got other people who are willing to dive in and do the digging, do the work, and pursue. You get scared. It gets hard. I'm not going to lie. This whole inner work stuff is hard. Still doing it on a regular basis. You have to. You have to push through fear. You have to push through challenges. There have been plenty of times where I've gotten stuck. There have been plenty of times where I've been like, oh, my feelings got hurt on that. I don't think I want to do this anymore. It's like, well, we're dumb. How else are you going to learn? How else are you going to grow? And you call yourself on your BS. Your growth is you calling yourself out on your BS and moving forward with it. Those are the people I like to work with, are the ones who are willing to take that and move forward. So If you are a fighter, if you are, I love the saying, I did a video on this yesterday, sit with warriors. The conversations are different. And that is such a beautiful sentiment. It's like, you can have the people who talk about preventing war and doing all this, but when you talk to the warriors, those are the decision makers. Those are the people who, come hell or high water, are going to do everything they can to get what they want, to have what they want, to survive. You want to sit there in policies, or do you want to sit there and thrive? Choice is up to you. You're fully capable of making your own decision. Encouraging your own decision. But choose to sit with the warriors. Choose to sit with the ones who are the decision makers. Choose to sit with the ones who have been there and done that and are still undergoing it, but are still pursuing. Who have the courage to say, F everyone else. I'm going to do what I need to do. Because that's how you grow. Okay. If you guys want to go all in on yourselves, I have a super special offer down at the close. But I want you to know, every time I come out swinging at you guys like this, it's because I love you. It's because I see the potential. It's because I know entirely what you are all capable of. And I want you to get what you want. I want you to feel like you deserve what you want. But it has to start within you. And if you don't have that fire and you don't have that drive and you don't have that passion, that's okay. You're just not my ideal client. I want people who are going to push and pursue. Okay. All right, my loves. I want you to choose you today, every single day. You deserve it. The people around you deserve it. It's up to you to make that choice. But I would love for us to get on an assessment call. And I help you uncover where you're stuck. I help you work on coming up with a plan to start healing that energy that is hiding within you and keeping you stuck. And I help you reprogram your mindset and redesign your life. And if you are ready to start, the link is below to get on an assessment call. Let's do it. Now is the best time. Guaranteed. We got, 7-8 weeks left to the end of the year. Let's start off the new year strong. Okay. I love you all so much. Listen to the information for the assessment, and I will head on out of here and finish my daily dose of love and caffeination. Go live with passion. Thanks for listening.